Oh, welcome to Essential Oils Made Easy. My name is Aisha Harley, and it is my pleasure to be with you this evening. Before we jump in, I want to just share a little bit about myself because I have been using these oils now, this is crazy to say, for 12 years. I was introduced to doTERRA 12 years ago, just a few years ago, actually, after they opened their business. And I was introduced to them by Erin Fugate. Many of you might know her. And I was a yoga teacher, and she worked at the yoga studio behind the front desk. And she used to bring them in and line them up on the counter. And I was always so curious, and I would go in and put them on before class. And she sold me my first oil package out of the back of her car on a rainy Portland night. And little did I know how that very moment would absolutely change my life, like forever change my life. At the time, I was a commercial photographer. And as I had mentioned, I was a yoga teacher. I was also going through a very difficult time in my life. I had recently been divorced. My father had just passed away, and I hadn't been diagnosed yet, but I was very, very ill. I had horrible brain fog. I had insomnia for over 3 years. I had pretty intense depression and anxiety. My body was full of aches and pains, and all of that actually led to a Lyme disease diagnosis. And that, of course, was, very upsetting news. And little did I know, I'm going to just keep the story really short, but it was literally these products that made all of the difference in my healing. When I was first introduced to essential oils, I knew nothing about them. I really had no idea how to use them. I had literally a few of them that I'd maybe put in the bath once in a while, but they literally sat in my cupboard for years. Can anybody else relate to that? And I had no idea how to take them internally or how to really use them. I went to my first convention a year after I was introduced to them. And when I had the realization of their power and their effectiveness, and I learned about the science, and I met the owners of the company, I just had this epiphany, and I just went, wow, if these essential oils can do what they're saying they can do, then why can't they heal me of Lyme disease? And I went home and I spoke to my doctor, and I started a very hefty protocol, which looks very much like what many of you are actually doing on the cleanse, myself included right now. And within a year, I went into remission. And I know that without a doubt, it was the oils and these products that made all the difference in the world. So if you're already on your path of using them, you know exactly what I am talking about. Raise your hand if you've had also an experience. And of course, it doesn't have to be as big as, like getting over a major disease. I certainly hope that is not your situation. But on the day-to-day basis, these products can make a huge difference in your life. So I'm going to jump in and teach you how to use them. So my goal for tonight is, again, to empower you. And especially if you're new, or if you're new and you're learning, I'm going to teach you 3 cool things about essential oils. I'm going to teach you 3 ways to use them. And literally, if you know this information, which are the 3 cool things and the 3 things to use them and how to get them, that in itself is totally empowering. And we have a wealth of information, but for tonight, I want to keep it super simple. I want to keep it easy to understand, because ultimately my goal is for you to be able to pick up an essential oil and know what to do with it. So before we begin, if you have some peppermint at home, I have a bottle of peppermint right here. I just simply want you to get it out and drop, or if you don't have peppermint, just take whatever oil you have and put a few drops of peppermint on your hands. Rub your hands together. And let's just all take a few long, deep breaths so we can literally just bring ourselves into this present moment. Because believe it or not, I've been teaching for 12 years. Well, no, I guess I've been teaching for about 10 years, but I'm still a little nervous. Admittedly so, I still get nervous. I've taught this class a bazillion times and I still get a little nervous. So for all of you that are new, I want you to know that's totally normal. Okay, so that peppermint is nice, isn't it? Okay, so the first cool thing about doTERRA essential oils is that they are totally natural and they are totally safe. There's nothing added to the oil or taken away from the oil. They're just simply pure essential oils with no side effects and no additions, right? So they're safe. They're safe for babies. They're safe for children. They're safe for adults. They're safe for elderlies. They're safe for animals. I use them with my dogs. They're even safe for birds. They're essentially safe for everybody. Oils are extracts from plants that have amazing health benefits. So a pure oil is about 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And one drop of peppermint oil that we just put on is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. They are that potent, right? Just that one little drop. I want to show you too, the peppermint also comes in a roll-on. And I, at this point in my life, get hot flashes, or we're moving into the summer. So when that happens, I'll just roll some on the back of my neck, right? So good. So one thing that I really love about our oils, and this is really something that sets us apart, is our CPTG standard, which stands for Certified Pure Tested Grade. And what that means is these oils are completely pure and potent. There are no foreign contaminants, there we go, contaminants or fillers. They are really potent, which means that each plant was grown in a part of the world where the plant grows best, resulting in the absolute best chemistry for the plant. And when you have the ideal chemistry, the essential oil extracted does exactly what we want it to do for our health. So that is the first cool thing about essential oils, is they are 100% natural and 100% safe. So write that down, super simple, because there just may be a quiz coming up. So let's talk about peppermint for a moment. Peppermint is really great to cool the body down. So if you have any kind of fever, headaches, I actually get migraines. And so peppermint along the tip, the forehead, back of the neck, you don't want to let it drip down into your eyes. So you want to kind of keep it up here. It can be very, very cooling. It's also good for nerve pain. And peppermint is a vasodilator. So it actually opens up the vein to help your blood flow. It's also very energizing. And like I said, that one drop of peppermint is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of tea. That's how powerful and potent these essential oils are. And I know a lot of people right now are having some congestion. I know a lot of people are getting the spring cold. So another great tip with peppermint is if you put a drop in a cup of boiling hot water and just literally simply put your nose over it and breathe that steam in, it can just open up your sinus passages right away. So that is just a few of the ways to use peppermint. One other thing I do want to say about peppermint, though, is that it's a driver. So if you layer oils and you put peppermint on topically on the top of other essential oils, it will help drive them further into the body. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so the second cool thing about essential oils is they are more effective than many modern approaches to our, major health problems. So what I want to share next might sound really basic, especially if you have medical training. So please just bear with me while I explain this. So as you see that that cell on the screen, right? Okay, so I'm going to hold my little fist up. And we know that cells have an oily cell membrane, and that membrane protects the cells and it keeps the good things in and all the bad things out. So now two of the things that are harmful to our cells are, if you know what they are, write them down in the chat. They're bacteria, right? And viruses. So bacteria usually forms on the outside of the cell, whereas Viruses replicate the DNA on the inside of the cell, right? And so let's say you went to the doctor with a bacterial infection. What would they recommend for you? Can you write that in the chat? And then Florence, let me know what the answers are. Okay, for sake of time, I'm just going to move forward. I can't see the chat, but I'm sure you all know they would give you an antibiotic, right? So after taking the antibiotic for 7 to 10 days, in most cases, it would probably clear up the infection, but it often comes up with causing havoc on your gut. It can also cause havoc on your hormones and in your immune system. And did you know, this is really amazing, that it actually can take 2 years for your gut to actually repair itself from taking antibiotics. So now if you've had a virus, like a cold or a flu, what would your doctor say? I mean, typically they tell you to go home and have some chicken soup, to drink a lot of water, to rest, right? And let it run its course. And the reason why is that because most of the modern recommendations, right, the antibiotics are water-based medication, and that is not going to penetrate the oily cell membrane, and it's not going to be able to stop the duplication of a virus. So this is really important information. So hopefully you're understanding really what I'm saying here, right? Like our modern medicine cannot penetrate a cell wall to kill a virus, whereas essential oils can, right? So that's really, really, really important information. So these are, you can think of them as your at-home antibiotics, okay? So essential oils are different because they are oil-based, which means they can permeate that cell membrane. They work on a cellular level without side effects or addictions, and they can combat bacteria on the outside of the cell and prevent the duplication of viruses on the inside. That is why they're often more effective than the modern approach to health problems. And this is why when I was struggling with Lyme disease and I took these, oftentimes the treatment for Lyme disease is literally high doses of long-term antibiotics, actually IV antibiotics. I have a friend that got a port in him so they could use antibiotics for him. He has neurological Lyme. But I started taking these again on a therapeutic dose level. And so they could actually penetrate the cell wall and help rid my body of the viral load that I had. So I want to take a moment and talk about On Guard. Our On Guard is our immune support blend, and literally a few drops under your tongue daily or on the bottom of your feet is going to promote healthy immune function. It is very supportive for a sore throat. It's great for cleaning your home and your hands. I totally love the On Guard sanitizing mist and the On Guard home cleaning products. Raise your hand if you love the On Guard. We do now also have our Abode line, which is a fantastic non-toxic home cleaning line. However, we also have some On Guard products, which are great. And I keep the On Guard sanitizer with me at all times. So when I go into stores and they want me to sanitize my hands with the antibacterial stuff that they have that I don't want to use, I just pull this out of my purse and I use this. I use it to spray down carts when I go into a grocery store. I use it after I've been in places. I even use it admittedly sometimes to clean my car with the wipes. So it is super effective to have, and it's going to support your immune system rather than destroy your immune system. Okay, so the second cool thing about essential oils are what they are. Write it in the chat. Effective, right? Okay. So the third cool thing about essential oils is they are actually more affordable than traditional medical care. Now, this is really important because oftentimes I'll hear people say, oh, I can't afford them, but I want to put this into perspective for you. So think about it this way. When you go to the doctor, most of us have to pay a copay. Then oftentimes you're going to get a prescription that you have to pay a portion of, typically, right? But sometimes too, you might have to take time off work. You might need to get childcare, to go to the doctor. there's the gas to drive there. There's just your general time and energy. And say you get an antibiotic for something that could easily take then 7 to 10 days or longer to even be effective, right? So there is cost involved in all of that. I know that kids can get sick at inconvenient times, right? We can all get sick at inconvenient times. There's no good time ever to get sick. But the great thing is that having your oils on hand, you can literally treat 80% of your at-home healthcare needs. Okay, let me say that again. 80% of your at-home healthcare needs you can treat with oils. Our essential oils can replace pretty much all over-the-counter pharmaceuticals. Now, I'm absolutely not saying there is not a time and a place to go to your doctor, because there absolutely is. However, oftentimes what we need to take care of, we can do so with our essential oils. And sometimes I'll even go see my doctor to get a diagnosis, and then I will come home and treat whatever I'm dealing with my essential oils. So the best part about these oils is they're literally pennies per drop. The bottles can last you a very long time. There's typically about 250 to 300 drops per bottle. And especially if you're diluting them, which we'll talk about in a moment, they're going to even get more extension. So you can have a bottle of oil literally last you for months. So I want to talk about another oil that's really great to have in your home, and that is lavender. I think of lavender as the Swiss Army knife of oils. It is really great for calming your mind when you're feeling stressed or if you have high anxiety. It can also help with all skin issues. It's incredible if you get a burn. If you're in the kitchen and you burn yourself, get out your lavender. Excuse me. It's great for bug bites, especially if layered with peppermint. Sometimes you have to apply it a few times, but it will totally stop the itch within a few moments. You have to wait, and I'll oftentimes apply it a couple times and then the itch will stop. It's also a natural antihistamine. So if you have or if you ever experience people that are having an allergic reaction on their skin or otherwise. In fact, I was in Salt Lake City with my sister, and she is deathly allergic to walnuts, like really like needs to take her to a hospital allergic to walnuts. She had some walnuts. Unknowingly, I got out my lavender because she did not have an EpiPen, and we literally started dosing her with the lavender, and she was actually fine. So again, like they can be incredible when you have emergencies. I literally in my purse never leave home. I always have like 10 oils with me. And on the occasional time that I might leave them at home, I'm always so bummed that I don't have them, right? Without fail, I'll need them. So I literally pretty much always have them. But lavender, like literally lavender and peppermint and frankincense, even if you have those three oils, like you can do so much with that. So let's see. Okay. Oh, one more tip I want to give you, because we are going into allergy season. If you raise your hand if you suffer from allergies, that's really common right now. 3 drops of lavender, write this down, 3 drops of peppermint, and 3 drops of lemon in a little shot glass of water. Take that every 30 minutes, can completely clear up your allergies. So the lavender, again, is the antihistamine, the lemon is a decongestant, and then the peppermint is going to clear the pathways. Okay, so let me move on to the next slide. So I'm going to go over the 3 ways to use them, okay? So the first way is aromatic, and literally using them aromatically, we can just smell them, again, right out of the bottle, and or we can put some on our hands, rub our hands together, and inhale. By doing this, you are going to positively affect the mood, because literally when you inhale the essential oils, they go right to the brain. They're going to affect the limbic system. And if you're smelling energizing oil, that can be very like uplifting for the system. Whereas if you smell something very calming like cedar wood or balance, that's going to have a very calming sense on the system. So literally you can affect your mood within a few minutes just from smelling an essential oil. That's how powerful they are, right? Think about when you smell something that's really, really gross, or if you smell really, really bad perfume, like how it can have an instant impact on your mood. Well, essential oils are the same way. And because these are completely pure, that literally 99% of the time people are not going to have a negative reaction to them. Sometimes people that are really, really super sensitive to scent and get all freaked out whenever they smell anything. The reason is because they're typically the chemicals and the toxins in whatever they're smelling is causing the reaction. Where because our essential oils are totally pure, they're going to have a therapeutic benefit on the body. They're not going to have a negative effect. They're also going to clear the air. So when you're putting them in a diffuser, they're literally going to clean the air. So I always have a diffuser. I have one in my kitchen. I have one in my office right behind my computer. I have one in my bedroom. I get up, I do my things. It's part of my routine. I turn them on. Literally by diffusing them in the air, you can affect the mood of the whole household. And also if someone in the household is sick, just simply by diffusing the oils, it can help keep other people healthy. And so they're also incredibly supportive for the respiratory system. So literally just smelling them and diffusing them alone can make a huge impact in your life. The second way to use them is topical. And so we literally, you can just literally take it right out of the bottle and put it right onto your skin. Now, when we use them topically, we would use them for any kind of skin irritation, rashes, blemishes, cuts, bruises, anything that we would need them for. We can pain, inflammation. One thing to be mindful of is if you're using them with small children, if you're using them with elders or anybody that's really sensitive, you can dilute them down in fractionated coconut oil or a carrier oil of your choice. And this is going to spread spread them, it's going to dilute them, it's going to slow their rate of absorption into your skin. It's also going to even make them more cost effective. And if you're using them on an infant or small children, use them on the bottoms of your feet. Our skin on the bottom of our feet isn't very sensitive. And so it's a really great way to get them quickly into your bloodstream. And also, if you don't like the smell of them and you're just using them therapeutically, like say you're using oregano, one that's really hot, so you don't necessarily want to put it on your skin undiluted, but you could put it on your feet undiluted. And you might not want to walk around smelling like oregano, right? But oregano is one of our most powerful antibiotic oils. So if you're not feeling well, you might want to be slathering it on the bottoms of your feet for the effect of the oregano. And then the third way that we can use them is internal. So you literally can take your water bottle and drop 3 to 5 drops in your water bottle. The citrus oils are very cleansing. The lemon, the grapefruit, the wild orange. In fact, if you drink up to 25 drops of essential oil of citrus oil a day, it will actually increase the glutathione production in your liver, which helps your body with detox. So if you're doing the cleanse right now, especially, make sure and drink plenty of citrus oils. This is going to really help detox your body. You can also use them in veggie caps. So if you're taking a really hot oil, the great thing is that doTERRA now puts so many of our blends in caps. So it's done for you. But if you want to make your own blend of essential oils, you can put them in veggie caps. Don't store them because they will dissolve the cap. Just do it usually right before you want to take them and take them that way. And then you can also place them right underneath your tongue. So as I'd mentioned, Slim and Sassy is actually one of my favorite go-to oils, and I take it under my tongue daily. And it helps me with my brain alertness. It's actually helped me correct my sleep patterns. It helps with metabolism. It can help reduce any kind of cravings or addictions. And it also helps detox the body. And I will totally out myself. When I first started doing doTERRA, I was horrified to put an oil under my tongue. Did anyone else feel that way? And now I'm just putting them under my tongue all day long. And I do want to point something out if you're new. Not all oils are meant to be used internally, and the way that we tell that it's safe to do so is the ones that you can use internally. Here, let me put this. They have a supplement fact on them. So see that supplement fact? So if they have a supplement fact on them, that means it is safe to use them internally. Okay, moving on. So I just want to point out this really cool graph for a moment because I want to talk about how powerful the essential oils are when it comes to the antioxidants. So antioxidants are really important for us to have on a regular basis. They help keep our cells healthy. They help us with detoxification. And clove oil is one of the most powerful antioxidants you can take. You can see it there on the scale. It is number 1. And then what's underneath it? Myrrh, coriander, clary sage, melissa, marjoram, ylang ylang, ginger, vetiver, basil, patchouli, right? Now most of the time when you hear about what to take that is strong on the ORAC scale that's full of antioxidants, you think blueberries, strawberries, spinach, right? Those are all really great things. But let me put it in a perspective. 1 drop of clove essential oil is equal to eating 2 pints of blueberries and 2 pounds of carrots. So on the daily, isn't it easier to literally have a few drops of On Guard on the bottom, under your tongue or on the bottoms of your feet? So isn't that cool? I just like to share that. Okay, so let's talk about some of the essential oils. These are some of the go-to oils for every home. And if you're new and you're just getting started, we highly recommend starting with a kit, because what I see happen when somebody just purchases one oil is they'll get that one oil and then a week later they're like, oh, I have this going on. What oil do I use? And you'll be like, well, you actually need, all these other oils. So again, what I had said earlier is that these oils can actually address 80% of all of your at-home healthcare needs. So having a selection of oils is really going to give you the biggest benefit. So these are just basic oils to have. Lemon. It is an amazing detox for the body. It clears phlegm from the body. It supports the liver in detoxification. It's an amazing cleaner for the home. I like to sprinkle it in my sink and scrub my sink out, and it smells really good, or put it down in my my food disposal. It's also really good trick if you get anything sticky on something, literally put a little bit of lemon on it and it will rub it right off. In fact, this was the test. I had some sap on my car and I took lemon to it, and I had to rub it a little bit, but it literally took the sap right off of my car. So lemon is a great oil. And then there's frankincense. So frankincense is what we call the king of oils. And when you are in doubt, get your frankincense out. It really does so many things. It is one of the most researched oils. If you go to PubMed, you can find tons of research on frankincense, especially around frankincense and cancer. So put 2 and 2 together. Taking frankincense daily on the daily is going to help keep your cells healthy, because as you know, we all have cancer cells in us all the time. It's that we don't want those cancer cells to start replicating. We want our body to kill those cancer cells off. So frankincense is one of those things that's going to help keep that in check. Frankincense is amazing for calming, so it's really great for the mood. It's a powerful anti-aging. It's really good for scars. It's also good for everything skin. So we have a blend called Immortelle that has frankincense in it, and I like to use it on my face every day. We've also shown that frankincense can penetrate the blood-brain barrier and actually get into the brain and help with the brain. It's also great for pain, and it's an amplifier oil. So it's actually just going to help all the oils work better. Okay, digestion. So what I also really love about our essential oils is, I just want you to think about this for a moment. So if you went to your, closest Rite Aid or Walgreens, excuse me, wherever you would get your pharmaceutical, and you had some belly issues going on. So let's say there was some constipation or diarrhea or gas or all the fun things that go on with our digestive system, right? That none of us want to talk about. You would have to most likely get different products for all the different issues, or nausea or cramping, right? All of that. So you're going to have to get a different product, and then they're going to relieve the symptom. So this one bottle of oil, Digest Zen, will not only address everything digestive, it is actually, with long time use, going to help heal the body. And so we have this approach that we've coined that's small, frequent daily doses. So really, when you're going to get the very best use out of these products is when you start to develop daily habits of using them every single day in small doses throughout the day, because that's ultimately going to give you bigger long-term effects. One thing to keep in mind is that we don't just wake up one day with cancer or diabetes or heart disease or any of those fun things. It's what we do on the daily over a long term that takes us wherever we're going. So my goal is to age gracefully, because when I'm in my 90s, I still want to be independent. I want to be strong. I want to be healthy. So what I am doing now is really important, as much as I possibly can, to ensure that I am going to grow old gracefully. And so using the oils on the daily is part of that program. So with the Digest Zen, you can simply drop it under your tongue, and that will give you pretty immediate results. And again, it's literally 1 to 3 drops. I usually do about 3 drops. If you're new, you can start with 1. You can also rub it on your belly directly. You could rub it on the bottoms of your feet. We also have a blend called Tamer, which is lovely. It's for children, but a lot of people like the Tamer blend. So you could also put it in a drop in hot water and tea and drink it. So again, just like having that bottle of Digest Zen with you can again make all the difference. Okay, raise your hand if you love Deep Blue. In fact, I get migraines. Does anybody else get migraines or bad headaches? Yes, Joseph, you know what I'm talking about. So the Deep Blue stick is my new best friend. And I literally will rub it across my forehead and on the back and down my shoulders. And what I've found is that I love Deep Blue, but the Deep Blue stick has Copaiba in it. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about Copaiba. So Deep Blue, we have it in a rub, we have it in the oil, we have it in the stick, but it's going to be good for everything, pain and inflammation, wherever you need it. And I love it that we have it in different forms, but right now the Deep Blue stick is fairly new. It is my go-to oil, and I love it because you don't actually get it all over your hands and you can just rub it on. Have you used the stick, Joseph?
Yes.
Yeah.
I go through so much Deep Blue, it's not even funny, you know.
Yeah.
I have like 5 tubes in my cabinet, and then I got about 10 packs of those samples, and then I have about 4 or 5 bottles of the oil, and I use it constantly.
Yeah, I hear you. Me too. Sometimes too, if I'll wake up and I'll just start to feel like that headache coming on. Yeah. Will you open it and show us, Tia, what it looks like? And I literally will just like put it on first thing in the morning. Like it makes all the difference. Yeah.
I put it on my knees.
Just,
I have trouble with my knees, and I'll take some coconut oil, and I'll put a little bit of turmeric on it, a few drops of Deep Blue, and then a few drops of frankincense, and then rub that into my knees. And then I cover that with the Deep Blue rub. And
love it.
It really helps.
Yeah, I love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's talk about Breathe. I got some Breathe right here. And we are in the Breathe season. We've been in the Breathe season for the last couple of years, right? So this is your oil for your lungs and your sinuses. And I want to show you a little trick. So you can rub some on your hands. Of course, you can inhale it, but have you all done this trick where you take the palm of your hand? Oh, wait, there you go. And you take it into your mouth. And then I'll take it and I'll just rub it all over my chest. So this is really going to help promote clear breathing. This is also really good if you have anxiety, to literally just take a few moments and breathe. Oh, like I already feel so much better. This is also going to be great in the diffuser. And if you have little ones, you can put it in the diffuser or you can rub it on the bottoms of their feet. We also have another blend called Air X that is lovely. Another thing I like to do with the breathe is I'll put it in the shower. In fact, I have a bottle in the shower and I'll put some on the floor when I get in the shower and in my hands and kind of use it as a steam. So breathe is definitely a great one. Oh my goodness, the time goes so fast. Okay, I gotta keep moving. So wild orange is another citrus. It's actually amazing when paired with peppermint. Put a few drops of wild orange in your hand, a few drops of peppermint, rub it together. Wild orange, again, very good for your cells, very anti-C word. It's energizing, it's invigorating, it's very good for the mood. Really good on, well, we're getting now into the spring, but in the dark days that we just came out of, I love wild orange. And adaptive. I want to take a moment to talk about adaptive for just a moment, because most of us right now are in the middle of a mental health crisis. Can anyone relate to that? I know I've been in one personally. The last 2 years have been difficult, very difficult. So the adaptive line is basically, it came out a couple years ago, just in time. It is amazing for, I'm just going to say it, anxiety, depression, racing thoughts, all of that stuff, just emotional stress, high levels of stress. We have an oil form and we have a capsule. They are meant to use together as a system. The capsules also have GABA in them. They have sclerotium and they have ahi flower, and it is very calming for the nerves. I take one first thing in the morning. They last for about 5 hours in your system. I also, does anyone wake up with spinning thoughts at night? Because I used to, I don't anymore. But, or if you experience spinning thoughts, the adaptive has completely stopped that. And if you take the adaptive, you can also take it as needed. So if you're pretty mellow and doing good, but you're having a lot of stress or you're having a really bad day, you can take one as you need. And then the way you would use it is take the adaptive internally, and then you can roll on the oil throughout the day or put it in your diffuser, and that's going to give it kind of like a sustained benefit. And then if you really do suffer from a lot of anxiety, the next oil that I'm going to talk about is Copaiba. And if you combine the adaptive with the Copaiba, it's going to give you even a little bit more of a boost to help stabilize your mood. So Copaiba is basically our equivalent or better than CBD. So it's going to work directly on the endocannabinoid. I can barely get that word out of my mouth. You know what I'm talking about, system, right? It is going to work directly on that. And the cool thing is that it's more price effective, it's potent, and it's pure. One thing to know about CBD is that it's not regulated. So you don't know about the purity of that product that you're taking. And so Copaiba is not only good for mood support, again, stress, supporting anxious feelings, it's also good for pain and inflammation. So combined with the deep blue products, combined with the adaptive products, it's a must. It's something that I totally take every day. And if you really suffer from a lot of anxiety and depression, you can take the adaptive caps and then taking 3 drops of Copaiba under your tongue 2 to 3 times a day can just give you that extra stabilization. So that's something that's good to know about too, if you're helping other people with mood stabilization. Okay, so I know that most of you think of doTERRA as an essential oil company, but it's truly about living a holistic lifestyle. And we have products that support all levels of your lifestyle choices and your healthcare choices. So I want to take a moment. We have products that literally we can use in all of these areas: eating right, exercise, weight management, rest and manage stress, reduce toxic load, inform self-care, proactive medical care, right? So I want to take a moment and just talk about this powerful product, which is called our lifelong vitality pack. If you have a testimonial or anything that you want to share about using this, please put it in the chat. But I want to share with you my testimonial, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about the product. So when I had Lyme disease, I was suffering pretty intense depression and anxiety. And my doctor was one of the top Lyme doctors in the Northwest, and he had his own supplement line. And he was very insistent that I go off of my LLV and that I start taking his supplements. So being a good patient, I did. And can somebody mute themselves there?
I wouldn't even shoot it like that.
Hold on. I think
He was
somebody
just
needs to
scared.
mute, and I can't see who that is. Is that you, Joseph? There we go. Thank you.
Say
So
that
I
again?
started taking, I just need you to mute.
That didn't kill it.
I think it's Juanita.
Yeah.
Oh, who is it?
Juanita.
Oh,
She just-
okay.
She just
what-
muted.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. So I went off my supplements and I went on my doctor's. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on, let me do this. Hold on.
It's Juanita.
Yeah, Juanita.
Oh, she just went off again.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. Let me try this one more time. So I went off of the LLV and I started taking my doctor's supplements, and all the anxiety and depression came racing back. And it really put into perspective for me the impact and the power of these supplements. So I take them daily, and they consist of the Microplex VMZ, which is a whole food multivitamin. And this product is something that is cellularly available. So one of the issues with multivitamins is that oftentimes we take them, but they're not actually absorbable by our system. So we literally just pee them out, where these are nutrition for your cells. The other thing about these supplements is they have if you were to price out everything that's in all of them, it would be over $300 of products that you would have to go buy to like make up your own version of the LLV, right? So they're very, very cost effective. There's also the Alpha CRS, and that's the antioxidant blend. And then the XE Omega, which is our omega fatty acids, which is going to help with our heart health, our brain health, and our nervous system. So these are going to offer you your DNA protection. They're going to support your eye, brain, and nervous system, your liver function and digestive health. They're going to give you more energy. They're going to help with digestion, immune function, stress management, cardiovascular disease, and healthy inflammatory response. So I just wanted to put these on your radar because these act as your foundation to your daily health. And then the essential oils come in and support that. And they also contain essential oils in them. So it's a great way to get your daily dose. So if you're new, you might be going like, wow, where do I even begin? So remember when I talked about taking these products on a daily basis is what's really going to be supportive. So this is just kind of a sample protocol. And this is from Dr. David Hill, who is one of the doTERRA co-founders. He is an expert in essential oils, and he is the chief of science and research at doTERRA. And so simply in the morning, like getting in the routine by putting a few drops of balance on the bottoms of your feet when you wake up, which is going to be very anti-inflammatory and grounding. Taking a few drops of frankincense under the tongue. You can put Copaiba and even Siberian fir with that, or the On Guard. Putting lemon in your morning water, and then taking your lifelong vitality pack. We also recommend taking our probiotics and digestive enzymes, which are extremely helpful, but I'm not going to go too much into those products right now. And then in the afternoon, just simply by diffusing your essential oils, taking your Terrazyme before meals, again, adding citrus oil to your water, continuing to diffuse throughout the day. And then in the evening, again, taking your supplements, and then at bedtime, diffusing lavender or our Serenity blend, or I love to combine balance and cedarwood, so you can change things up, whatever you love. And applying On Guard and lavender on the bottoms of your feet, putting a few drops of frankincense under your tongue. We also have an amazing toothpaste, mouthwash, skincare products. So you just start working them into your daily routine like you do everything else. And by doing that again on the daily basis, without even thinking about it, you're getting your dose of essential oils. So that was a lot. I hope that you got some good nuggets out of that. I am going to move into on how we get our essential oils, but just take a moment and think about what your top 3 health concerns are, right? Is it pain? Would you need mood support? Is it digestion? Like whatever that is. And then just imagine how your day would be if those health concerns were gone. Like, how would that feel? You know, there was a day that I used to wake up and I was in so much chronic pain that kept me up all night. So when I would wake up in the morning, I usually felt like I had been ran over by a truck. I couldn't even imagine my life without pain. I mean, it went on for so long and it was so chronic and it was so bad. It was hard to imagine what life was without pain. And now I live without pain. I sleep well at night. Yes, I have a human body. My health isn't perfect, but I know without a doubt, I am healthier now. I just turned 52. I am healthier now than I was when I was 40. And it is because of these products. I always feel like when people start using doTERRA, they start to get this glow about them because they get healthier. The inflammation goes away. Their mood improves. Their life begins to improve. When you feel better, you know, you have more to go out and give to the world, right? Joseph, I see you nodding. Do you want to add anything into that?
Well, I agree with you because I broke my spine in 3 places in the 90s and was in back pain most of my life. I'm a cancer survivor. I have survived cirrhosis of the liver, and twice they gave me 6 months to live. And now I'm 67. So now my doctors tell me that you are the healthiest I've ever seen you. And so they said all my blood levels have come into line and my cholesterol's low and my liver healed itself, and well, with help. But my point is this, is once I decided to go all in and live the lifestyle, not just dabble, I have dish soap, I have the shampoo, everything they've got. And I use the whey protein in the morning, all of that. But she's right. And I just wanted to really back up what you're saying. It's so true. The deep blue especially has kept me out of so much pain. It's amazing.
Well, thank you. And I'm really
yes.
happy to hear that you're here to tell us that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And I went elite last month and I'll hit it again this month. So
Congratulations. Congratulations.
it's growing now.
Right? I love it. I love
I
it. Well,
wanted to tell you real quick though, that what helped me was last month I went to Salt Lake to the Evolve You tour and I got invited. I went and had dinner with David Hill and Justin Harris.
Right
so
on.
I got to go to dinner with them, spend a couple hours one-on-one with them. And I'm telling, that was a month ago. It changed my whole attitude about everything.
Yeah, it does that. I hope that you'll be at convention with us.
Well, I'm going to be online, virtual. You know, I took a lot of trips, so I've got a lot of people I got to see and people I've got to get using oil. So no, I'll be online this year, but I'll be there in September.
Good. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
Well,
okay, let me wrap. Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you that are new, there's 3 ways to purchase. You can do retail, but we're not going to let you do that because that's the most expensive way to buy. And you really would only want to do that if you were going to buy one item like at a doctor's office. We're not doing that. The second way is wholesale. So this is the best way to get your products. It's like getting a Costco membership and it's going to save you, it's going to give you a discount on all your products. You're going to get 25% off retail. And then essentially though, the very best way to do your oils and get your account set up, and this is the way that I do it, and probably most everybody on this call, is to set it up with your, what we call the loyalty rewards program. When you do this, you can get free shipping, and then you're basically going to get points on your purchases. So it's like having a miles card. You get points with your purchases, and then you can cash that in for free product, and they have massive perks for being in the loyalty program. And if you start using these products on a regular basis, it's super easy to buy them every month. Again, toothpaste, shampoo, skincare, home cleaning products, stuff that you are buying at the grocery store anyway, but now you're going to have an option that's non-toxic. It's good for your health. It's safe for your family, for your kids, your pets, etc. Right? So they're really good alternatives. What you can expect from us is you're going to get a welcome packet from doTERRA. You're going to get a personal consultation from the person that invited you to this class. We have amazing, raise your hands if you agree, amazing education on our team. We have a team of doctors that literally pour so much love and education into us free of charge. We have a website that I started 10 years ago that is packed full of webinars and education and calls. So if you want to learn more, we probably have a webinar for whatever you want to learn about. Like, it's all there as a perk from joining. So it's not just about getting your oils. It's really also about joining our community. We have tons of giveaways and fun, and we are an awesome, welcoming, heart-centered, loving community. It's been a bummer that we have not been able to gather much in the last 2 years, but we've been gathering a lot online. And I feel so blessed to know that I have a worldwide doTERRA family. Like, you all mean the world to me. And so we welcome you from wherever you are to join us. And we have lots of ongoing support. So again, I'm only going to give you one option because we have just come off of a week of BOGOs. Have you all loved the BOGOs? And we literally, this is a steal of a deal. And so if you enroll today, this is the last day to take advantage of this deal. You're going to save over $200, and you're going to get like the best bang for your buck. So if you enroll with the BOGO box, which includes all of these products, you are going to get 12 essential oils plus the adaptive caps. And if you literally buy like one more oil, so if you spend 13 points more, so, you know, you could grab anything that we talked about, you know, or some toothpaste, couple bottles of toothpaste, you're then also going to get the deep blue promo, which is really cool. So again, this deal ends tonight. We just had these deals going on all week. And and your membership fee is waived on top of it all. So normally it's $35 to join, but you're going to have that fee waived. So you're basically saving over $200. And again, by all means, grab yourself another oil, and so you can get those free deep blue products. So just to review, in the BOGO box, you're going to have products to cover everything for your emotions, for immune boosting, for fresh air, for skin, hair, and immunity, for respiratory, and also just lovely oils for mood support. Okay, so please, if I invited you to this webinar, you can text me directly. You can take a screenshot of my phone number, or please reach out to the person that invited you, because we always like to honor the person that invited you. And it is 6:30. I do have more to this presentation, so I'm going to take a little raise of hands. I can blast through the second part if you want to hear it, but if you need to jump off now, I totally understand. Again, I want to be mindful of everybody's time because we're at time. So by a raise of hands, who wants me to keep going? Yeah, Joseph. Okay. Was that you, Florence? Yeah. Okay. So if you need to go, then by all means, thank you for being here. So appreciate your time. And if you want to stay, then I'll just keep finishing this for the rest of you. And then I'm happy to hang out for a few minutes afterwards to chat if there's any questions. So we find in doTERRA that we have 3 types of people. We have the people that like to live the doTERRA lifestyle, And that's who I was when I started. I just started using the oils. I had a job. I never in a million years thought I would be here 12 years later teaching oil classes. Just never thought that would happen. But here I am 12 years later. We have people that start using them and they're like, wow, these are amazing. And they start sharing with their friends and their family, you know, because they know they have a result and they're like, oh, my friend Kim, her kid's having this issue and here I have a solution for her, right? So you just naturally start to share. And or like myself, I took some time to do this, but I retired from my previous career in time. We do not recommend jump and ship until you have your business established, or if you just want to earn some additional income. This can be amazing income to build towards retirement or a vacation or paying for college or buying a new car or paying your mortgage, like whatever you need it for. This can be incredible supplemental income. So whatever level appeals to you, by all means, you get to decide, but it's here for you. So I want to share with you the joy of sharing doTERRA and why now is an amazing time to get started. Hold on. So we are the largest essential oil company in the world. We are the most tested, most trusted oils on the market. Our oils are used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. We are ethically and sustainably sourced. We work directly with our farmers. This is really important because there's no middleman. Nobody's being taken advantage of. Everybody wins in doTERRA. Everybody wins. And I love that. We have 120 plus markets open worldwide. We have an amazing compensation plan that works. We have a really high retention rate. So we have 65% retention rate in customer loyalty. This is really important. We are a privately owned company and we have an incredible owner leadership team, and we are debt free and we have no outside funding, which is pretty remarkable. So questions that you might have are, how do I make money? How much time is involved? Could this work for me? And what is the next steps? So it's pretty simple. How you make money is you share the oils, you give somebody a sample, you open a bottle and you get oils on people. You teach them. And again, we have these classes every Tuesday taught by different leaders. So you can invite them to a class. You can literally just teach them the three simple things. How do I use them and why? If you can just teach those simple things, share people how to use them, how to find the resources, it's pretty simple. You learn how to enroll them, and then ultimately you learn how to support them. And it's not just you that has to support them, because we have this whole team of support. Again, everything I do, everything Erin does, everything Dr. Josie does, we do for you. We do to help support you. You are part of our community and you get to lean on all of our resources. We don't want you to have to go recreate that wheel. We have done that for you, on top of all the resources that doTERRA has for you. So I want to go over really quick kind of what your income potential can be. And again, this takes time. This is not a get rich quick scheme. We like to be realistic. We don't like to set up false expectations. But, imagine you take the 10-year track. Again, I've been doing this for 12 years now. Time goes by anyway, right? So if you start working on this now, even if you have, another $2,000 coming in, like that can make a really big difference for somebody's life. But as you build your business, you build what we call ranks, and you can see like at the elite rank, that is going to help you pay for your product. You could be making an extra $200 or $300 a month. So if anything, that's going to pay for your product and give you a little extra spending cash. If you work up towards the rank of silver, that's going to start supplementing your income. Now, these are average amounts on the screen. So these are not what your first paycheck is going to look like. So as a silver, it could start off as $800, $900. When you add in extra bonuses, that could work up to $2,000 a month. So, raise your hand if an extra $2,000 a month would make a difference. Just that alone. Think about that, how many hours you would put into that with a minimum wage job, right? And again, this is something like you're building your own business, you're building a pipeline, you're building money that's going to keep coming in. In all honesty and transparency, these last 2 years for me have been really, really difficult. And I have been in a bit of a lot of a personal crisis. And I was so grateful that I had my doTERRA paycheck coming in, because I knew that my bills were going to get paid for and I could focus on really taking care of myself. And I'm so grateful that I spent so many years building this business, because you never know when something's going to hit you in life and when it's going to take you out for some time. And I was so grateful for the community, so grateful for the products, and so grateful for the income. So a lot of people might want to quit their job if they're looking to replace income around the gold area. That's where you're getting into the $4,000 to $5,000 a month. And then again, working up to diamond, blue diamond, presidential diamond. I hit presidential diamond a few years back. That was remarkable. Like if I can do this, I just want to share with you, if I can do this, so can you. It takes dedication, it takes consistent action, it takes personal development, it takes getting out of your comfort zone. But the amazing thing is this opportunity is really available for anybody who wants to go get after it. It doesn't matter where you've come from. It doesn't matter where your education is. It really has to do with your mindset and your ability to go do it. Really, truly, it's amazing and it's remarkable. And I've seen so many amazing stories of this. The oils change people's lives, but this income can change people's lives. And what I have found is when your cup is full, when you can take care of your life financially, that's when you can go out in the world and give, right? Like we all want to see change. We all want to make a difference. Like the world is hurting. So if we're able to financially be sound in our own world, then we can go out and do that much more in the world on a big way. Okay, so how much time is involved? If you want to get your oils paid for, realistically, you should put aside about 3 to 5 hours a week. If you want to supplement your income, the sweet spot to really get momentum is about 15 hours per week. And if you want to replace your income, working up towards 15 to 30 hours per week. So ultimately, this can become a full-time job. But again, it's like there can be this big push, like you might be working really hard for a couple of years and thinking like, okay, I'm not making a whole lot of money. But then it's like once you start getting momentum, then I always say like the rabbits start duplicating, and then all of a sudden this business can be born. And then all of a sudden you're like, your floodgates open, and then all of a sudden you see that benefit in your paycheck. So just keep that in mind. There were so many times in the beginning that my husband said to me, keep going when you're working for commission. Like it might take longer to get started, but ultimately you are going to get the bigger paycheck. Okay, so could this work for me? So are you one passionate about the oils and the products? Do you love people? You do need to like people. You are going to have to interface with people. And can you follow a system and take self-responsibility and get things done? You are your own boss. We're here to support you. We're here to guide you. We're here to educate you. We're here to flood you with love and resources. But at the end of the day, you have to do the work and you have to decide. So what are the next steps? So the first is, do you have a wholesale account? If not, you're going to get that set up tonight. If yes, you want to upgrade and always have your order. We have 100 PV. I actually recommend doing it at 150 because that keeps our power of 3 bonus structure in place. If not, you want to go ahead and get your account set up. And the reason why it needs to be 100 or plus is that to get your commission check, you always need to have your account set at 100. So that's really, really important. Reach out for help and we will plug you into all of our training and resources. We have weekly team calls, we have text alerts, we have website, we have training. And then literally just start making a list and jotting people's names down of who you know, who you love, and who you could share the essential oils with. This is a photo from a few years back from our Visionary Leaders Collective when we were at Leadership. And I just want to share that with you that we are a group of people that are heart-centered. Again, we have education from doctors. We have a simple business training. We have a diverse global community. We have exclusive Facebook groups. We have a community website, and we love to have fun. And you can check us out at hellovisionary.life. And that is the end. So let me stop my share. I am going to turn off the recording. Let me find that. There we go.